sorry, it's a bit of a weird perspective. I had to move my sketchbook all the way down and it's literally off the table here. So it is still in the morning and I hardly ever film, but I have time now and I wanted to film a few videos, and so yeah, that's why it looks a little bit different. I just received the third pack of the distress crayons, and like I said before, I wanted to wait until all of them get here so I can do a swatch video for you. Although you already have seen me use one of them. So the one that I have used is somewhere here. There we go. So this is the Tattered Rose, and it's from this set. So there are many sets. I got 3, and I got so this is the number 7, if you put them in order. Number 7, number 8, and number 10. So it looks like the number 7 is sort of the more kind of colorful version. And then we have number 7, which is the pastels, and then number 10, which is this sort of neutral palette, which is, it has lovely colors in there. So let's swatch them out. I'm feeling a bit blah, and I'm in the hope that this will give me a bit more kind of pick up, really. So yeah, in the morning I get sun on this side of the house, and therefore you would literally, you can see, you wouldn't be able to see anything there if I filmed in a normal spot, so I moved it to the shade area. Okay, so fired brick. So all of these crayons come in the colors that the traditional line is in. I have the Distress inks, Distress Oxide, and also the Alcohol inks by Tim Holtz. Trying to think if I have anything else. No, I think, unless I forgot about something. So let's use this. So it comes in a crayon shape, and just twist them out like that. And there is the fired brick. They're super soft, and I would imagine they run out really quickly. So let me just swatch them out first, and then I'm going to go ahead with the water. I'm just trying to find the right spot for them. Okay, next one is Abundant Coral. They are feeling, and not just feeling, but they are the smoothest, or the softest rather, crayon that I own in this sort of league. So in the water soluble crayons. Crushed olive. So I have watched a few demos by Tim Holtz to remind myself of what these meant to do, and they are this is evergreen bow. They're very soft, so you can blend them with your finger when they are freshly laid on the paper, but they do have the tendency to dry very quickly, from which point you wouldn't be able to do that. So make sure, if you want them to have like a soft look, that you do it while they're fresh. Sorry if this is out of the view. So this one was Stormy Sky. I've got a Distress Oxide in that color. Ground Espresso. I had loads about this color. Bit crooked, but it's not broken. I think this is one of his best sellers. Has that vintage look. I like the fact that the same color is repeated throughout the different product range. So number 8, set number 8. This is my Tattered Rose. I mentioned it before. It's my favorite. color in the mini distress inks because I use it to stamp out images. So all of my fashion face illustrations that you've seen, that's the color I use. Scattered Straw. Shabby Shatters. This is gorgeous. It's like a gold green equivalent to a watercolor. Next one we have weathered wood. Seems very similar to this one. What color was that? Stormy Sky. I wonder if there's some sort of mistake because this looks identical. No, it's like it's literally identical, so I don't know. Let's see, maybe with water will react differently. This is Milled Lavender. I like that they're twistable and that you can retract them. And final color in this set is Old Paper. I think this is also a classic if you wanted to give your paper a bit of a vintage look. You'd use the distress inks for that. Okay, next set, and it's the set number 10. This one came all the way from America, so I had to wait quite a long while. Aged Mahogany. This is a beautiful color. So let's go with that. Yes, gorgeous. Next one is Wild Honey. That's one of my favorite distress inks. Gorgeous. I love his colors. Tea Dye. Oh, beautiful. And the names, you know, I'm not great with giving things like a good name, but I do appreciate a good name. Forest Moss. When I'm naming my handmade watercolors, I try to come up with a good name, but I just feel like Tim Holtz knows exactly what he's doing, and he's very good at it. Ice Spruce. And the last one is Gathered Twigs. Okay, so now let's swatch them all out with water. I'm going to get my craft brush for that. So you have to work a little bit with it, you have to scrub at it, and this paper does not like to be scrubbed, so let's see how we get on. They are creamy though, even when you start scrubbing at them. I can't tell the difference. I almost feel like they have been mistakenly. One of them is like the same as the other, but I don't know which one. Anyway, I just realized this might, although he said it does dry, but I hope it's not gonna print onto this page now. This is very similar to Daniel Smith Lavender. Is it lavender? Or wisteria? No, wisteria is more of a pinky one. Here is the Tattered Rose. Oh, this is gorgeous. What a beautiful lipstick color. This is super beautiful. I like the color palette of the last one. Okay, so I have now titled them and they're nice and dry, and I just wanted to come back in and just see if they move at this point a little bit, not too much. So I wonder how long they have to stay and do they dry completely or not. So I hope it's not gonna go onto this page where the flowers are. So I think my favorites are Fired Brick, Crushed Olive, Tattered Rose, obviously, Shabby Shatters, definitely Aged Mahogany, and Wild Honey. These are like two that I know I would use a lot in my art. And these are great for kind of lipstick and face illustrations and all of that. So that's it for today. I hope you found it somewhat useful, and thanks for watching. See you soon.